I'm Sharon. Welcome to my Music Theory Tuition series where I work with you step by step through the ABRSM Discovering Music Theory grades. I'll work through every single exercise and explain everything you need to know. You can access information about the books I have available to help you on my website. Go to sharonbill.com. For advert-free and longer lessons, you can become a patron at patreon.com/SharonBill. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to stay updated. You can support this channel by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/SharonBill. Let's press on with this practice exam paper from the Grade 1 Discovering Music Theory workbook. We're on to page 57, moving into page 58, and we're looking at the second section of the exam paper, which is to do with the topic of pitch. And so we need to be aware that we're going to be working things out in either treble or bass clef. So it's worth just remembering. If I just grab a little piece of manuscript paper, just as a quick reminder that for the treble clef, depends what instrument you play, which one you find easier. If you play piano, you'll be okay with treble and bass clef, but that's not always the case. And so remember that then the treble clef, the lines, every good boy deserves football or favour, or every green bus drives fast, and then dropping down an octave for the spaces. The spaces spell face, and then of course outside of that we're going to have to just work out, we've got the D and the middle C. We could have the G at the top of that. And then for the bass clef, it's as if everything drops down a line or drops down a space. And so now these lines represent different note names. They're lower down in the register. We're in the bass clef, which is the low notes, and it begins on the G. Good boys deserve favour always, or football, or good green buses drive fast always, whatever helps you. Drop down your octave, and so now we're beginning on the A, ace as it were. And so we have A, C, E, G, all cows eat grass. And of course outside of that we're going to have the B, which is one step up from the A. And then there's our middle C, and if you remember, it's as if they meet in the middle at the bottom of the treble, the top of the bass. Or of course you could have lower than the G, we could have the F. So we just have to work out from this. So just bearing those note names in mind, and we get the opportunity to test ourselves here. So by all means, go ahead, have a go. Doesn't matter if you go wrong. It's always better to learn by your mistakes. I know I keep saying that, but making mistakes at this stage is not a bad thing at all. So just be brave and have a go, and let's check these through together, hoping you've had a go. So the only thing that can perhaps go wrong is we just watch, and if we just kind of miss which clef we're in. So here we have every good boy deserves football. That's an F, and of course it's an F sharp. Now we've switched to the bass clef, so just watch out. So it's good boys deserve, so there's a G. Try and do this, actually I will just stop and say, try and do it without looking. And know that at the moment you can have this here to help you, but that won't necessarily be the case come exam day unless you quickly jot it on a piece of paper before you start the exam. But it's good to test yourself. So here we're still in the bass clef. And if you think about it, this would be middle C at the top of the bass clef. And so one down from middle C is B. Or you could think, good boys deserve football always. There's the A. One above that is B. And of course it's B flat. So that's that completed. Let's move on. So here we're in the treble clef again. And so the spaces spell face, F-A-C-E, so there's our A. Now here we're in the treble clef and we've got a key signature. So that's the sneaky bit there. Watch out, we have an F sharp and a C sharp. And so this is F, A, C in the treble clef, but that will not be the correct answer because the key signature is active. It's a C sharp, so just keep your eyes peeled there. That's where you could go a little astray. Back into the bass clef we go, and we have a key signature of B flats. Now here, good boys deserve, that's a D. So actually the B flat isn't active at all there, it's not applying to this note. So don't get thrown just because there's a key signature, because you could suddenly slip into treble clef and think that was a B flat, but we're in bass clef. And then here, no sneaky key signatures to watch out for, we're just in the treble clef, and the spaces spell face, F-A-C-E, there's note E. Let's move on to section 2. So now we're supposed to tick the higher note of each of these pairs, and it's a good idea to just visualise the piano keyboard. So that will be a good aid to help you. However, also do remember that a flat lowers a note and a sharp raises a note. So here we have a flat and a natural, because remember we need that natural sign, otherwise the flat is still active till the end of the bar, so that needs to be added to get rid of the flat sign. So here we have an all cows eat, E flat, and an E natural. We know a flat lowers, and therefore the natural must be the higher, so we need the higher one. Here we have every good boy deserves football. In the treble clef we have an F sharp and an F natural, so of course the sharp raises, and so therefore the sharp should be the higher one. Still in the treble clef, every good boy, so we have a B natural and a B flat, B natural, B flat. Of course a flat lowers, and therefore the natural must be the higher of the pair, so that's that. And then now nipping to bass clef, all cows eat grass, we have a C natural and a C sharp. Of course the sharp raises, and so the sharp must be the higher of the pair, and that's that. And so let's turn the page over now, and we will just finish this section. Now we need to make these notes correct by adding the correct clef, because of course if it was in a different clef it would be a completely different note. So we need to, rather than just drawing it in, we just need to tick the appropriate box. So if this was the bass clef it would be all cows eat, so that won't work. We need to have the treble clef, which would be F-A-C-E, the space is spelled face, therefore that would be C. Here, this is the treble clef. We've just said the spaces spell face, F-A-C-E, so there's our F sharp. It must be that. If that was in the bass clef, that would be an A, all cows eat grass. So it's easy to get confused if you just don't watch your clefs. And we've already answered that in a sense, because if that's an F, F sharp in this case, in the treble clef, it can't be an A in the treble clef, it must be bass clef. And we've already said that the bass clef is all cows eat grass, so A, therefore bass clef. And finally, this one is perhaps where it could get a little bit confusing, because we're outside of the little rhymes that we know. And so we need to think about where are we in relationship to middle C. Now if we're in the treble clef, middle C is here, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and so on. Whereas in the bass clef, it's as if we're meeting in the middle. If you imagine, bottom of treble, top of bass, we're meeting at the top of the bass clef. There's middle C, and so one below C, if we visualise that, is B. Alternatively, you could think, well, in the bass clef, good boys deserve football always. If that's an A, that must be B. If we were in the treble clef, that would be an F, Every good boy deserves football, and that would be a G. So it can't be treble clef, it's got to be bass clef. And that's that section completed. I hope this is helpful to your studies. Please do like and subscribe to stay updated. If you'd like to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee, and for advert-free lessons you can become a patron. Do visit my website where you'll find many resources available to help you. Visit sharonbill.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.